The obvious question is, why are you crowdfunding? Why are you doing this? You've made other movies with studios. You've never done it before. And it kind of goes back to I mean, it's a question I ask myself too. But, as the years go on, the game changes all the time. And a movie that you could get made years ago, you cannot get made anymore because the business changes, things change. And I've noticed that there's also a lot of aspects of the crowdfunding that were sort of taking place already, where, people always want to buy props or own a piece of the movie or somehow be involved after the fact, whereas after the fact, there's not that much to be involved with. So what I liked about crowdfunding, because it wasn't something I, like most people, it's new to them, is I thought, well, this is a way to get a movie made that the fans want, that studios are a little iffy on, and they can be involved too in a way that is a way that they would like to be involved through, things that have gone on in the past that I've noticed. So it seems sort of like a logical progression for a film like this, because this is the type of stuff people always say, well, why don't you make movies like this? Why don't you make movies like that? And I always say, because no one will give you the money to make movies like that anymore. I mean, the business changes. Like, going back to Devil's Rejects, nobody would give me the money to make that movie now, because that's got to be the most frequently asked question. So that's why at some point, you end up in this scenario, because if you want to do stuff outside the system, you got to function outside the system.
Okay, so Rob, what is the film 31 about and what inspired it?
Well, I don't want to go into too much detail about what it's about because I want to leave surprises, but what inspired it was the fact that I love Halloween. And I was I was researching something about Halloween the holiday, online, and I realized that more people disappear and go missing and are never found on the day of Halloween than any other day of the year. And I thought that is a good premise for a film. That most people I know are terrified of clowns for some reason, or at least made incredibly uncomfortable by clowns, as people can see from this interview. So I thought, 1 and 1 will equal 3 on this, and that is how I came up with the idea for 31.
Well, it seems like your metal fans and your horror fans are extremely loyal. So, is this for them?
Well, I mean, the horror and metal fans are extremely loyal, right, and insanely passionate about what they love, because it's like a lifestyle for them. It's not just a fleeting interest that they have. I mean, so in a way, this is probably, out of all the projects I've done in a long time, this movie, I would say, has the most to do with when people come up to me and say, oh, I wish you'd do a movie like this or like that. And usually what they're saying is they want it to be hardcore, they want it to be really violent, they want it to be really bloody and nasty. And I think this movie, more than any other film I've done, will make them happy.
And I know this isn't PC, but the sicker the better, right? Okay, House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, Halloween 1, 2, Super Beasto, Lords of Salem. How is this movie going to be different from those, or similar?
Good question. I think probably it's different than all those films, but if I had to pick one of those films that I think it's most in the spirit of, it's The Devil's Rejects.
Wow.
Because, Devil's Rejects is a very kind of dirty, gritty movie, and the way a lot of people would describe it back to me when they first saw it was like, oh, I came out of the theater feeling bad about myself, like I had to go take a shower, the movie's so dirty. And this film definitely is taking that vibe to a new level.
Let me ask you, what can you tell the fans that they're going to get out of being a participant in this one?
Well, there's many things that they could get. I mean, everything from just being part of the movie experience.
Oh, cool. So what does being involved as a fan mean?
Well, being involved as a fan basically means that you have access to things that you would never normally have access to. Say, something as simple as getting an autographed script, or coming down and visiting the set during shooting, or perhaps attending the red carpet premiere with the cast and crew, or something even as cool as being an extra in the movie and having a role. Things like that. Cool stuff like that.
Sign me up.